Hey beautiful people, how are you? My name is Connor and you are watching ThrivingMinimalist.com. Today I'm tuning in from my RV, this beautiful home where I've lived off and on for a couple years with Brittany Taylor, and just doing a little repairs on her, getting her ready for a couple of our friends to take out for a camping trip. And just been thinking about this concept of how minimalism led me to feel like I could let go of my job. And I think this is a really important topic because I've gotten a lot of questions recently on how I can go about getting rid of my full work week, whatever that might be, or transitioning out of having to work all the hours that I'm working, or just being miserable with the current job that I'm in. And I feel you so hard. I mean, I have been in that position and it is not fun at all. Minimalism is an awesome tool to start changing our perspective on what is truly important to us, to allow us to kind of get rid of some things that can free up energy to focus back on ourselves. So it does this in two ways. The first is all these external things that we have. Some of them are really great. A lot of them that most of us have are just kind of okay. And they're not really benefiting us on a day-to-day basis. So there's so many things that we're kind of putting out energy into externally. We're buying these things, we're building up this narrative, this connection with them emotionally. Maybe we're having to put out energy to maintain them, to collect them, to build them. When they break down, we feel like upset about it, you know, so there's just a lot of energy going out into these external things, whatever it might be, clothing, vehicles, big houses, whatever it is. And none of those things on their own are evil or necessarily oppressive things. We choose these things. We have chosen them for a reason. We can also take a step back, slow down, and ask ourselves the honest question. Are these things really serving me right now? And when I say the honest question, I mean coming from this very real place of connection with ourselves in order to answer ourselves very honestly. And I think when we do ask those questions, we will find most often many of those things are not truly serving us, and that we've built them, we've created them, we brought them into our lives as more of a tool of distraction. And because that's what we've been modeled from the culture, from our parents, from our family, from our friends, that's what we do to feel successful and good and even loved, is we gather possessions. We gather them and gather them and gather them. All of this energy that's going out into these possessions, gathering them, maintaining them, feeling upset when they break down or when we lose them, when they stop working for us. That is energy that is yours. You own that energy, and we only have so much energy. What if we were able to take some of that energy and bring it back to ourselves, to feel empowered here, to focus on what is going to bring me true joy, true sustainable happiness that's going to enliven me and bring more passion into my life on a day-to-day basis. That energy is yours, and we are giving it out unconsciously most of the time to a lot of external things that we're creating and bringing into our environment. So that's the first way that we can bring more energy into our lives. Allowing ourselves to have more energy for ourselves will allow us to feel empowered and to get clarity on what we actually want to do with our lives. Many of us feel like we've just kind of fallen into these career paths and now we're kind of stuck and we don't really know what we want to do. That's because so much of our energy is being expelled into these other areas. We're not getting it for ourselves. We need that energy to have the self-reflection, to have the self-understanding of what we actually want to do in this life. So that's one way that minimalism can help you quit your job or transition from your job. The other is finding this real connection between creating wealth and spending wealth. So you're creating wealth. It takes energy to put yourself into a job where you are bringing energy in the form of currency, in the form of money into your life. And then you're taking that money, that energy, and you're giving it away to all these external things. Whether it's buying new things or maintaining old things, this is a very real loss of power. Unless those things that you're buying and maintaining are truly bringing you joy and happiness into your life. Most of the stuff that I see that our consumer culture has attached to is not truly serving people. And when we do ask and answer from an honest place, I think many people would say, yeah, you know, that's not actually bringing me that much happiness, as it turns out. So if we can allow ourselves to start releasing these things that cost money, we allow ourselves to have the ability, the ability to dream, the possibility that, wow, I don't actually need to be making all of this money in order to pay for all these things that I don't actually want. The truth is, you can make money and be passionate. You can buy stuff and be happy. But if you're not happy, and if you're not passionate, and you feel like you want to get out of the job that you're in, try minimalism. Try it on. Try to begin to release some things from your life that really aren't serving you. Simply ask yourself the question, are these things in my life, these external things that I'm buying and maintaining and putting my energy into, or losing my energy with, are they bringing me happiness? Are they bringing me joy? Start out with that simple question and you might get a very beautiful and empowering answer. So much love to you. Take good and great care of yourselves. We will check in soon. Mwah!